Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Welcome to the Young Entrepreneur Show. I'm your host, Yvette Adams. This is the show where we showcase young people doing amazing things in business. And today we're going to meet Melissa and Jessica from Crave New Media, who are offering a service that people are just craving. Hi guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
So you guys have started a bit of a cult following in Newcastle, New South Wales. Tell us about what you're doing.
Newcastle of all places has a massive foodie community, which we didn't quite realise until we started doing what we were doing. But yeah, we have a Instagram page. It's a Newcastle Food Guide, which is where it kind of all began, and have a really great following of people that just love discovering cafes and restaurants, which we promote.
Yeah, cool. So you started the business, didn't you, Jess?
Yeah, I did. Yep. I started the Instagram page up just from a bit of a passion project. I'm a massive foodie and just love taking photos of food, and decided to start an Instagram page up so that my friends didn't get annoyed from me posting photos of food on my Instagram all the time.
So you have permission to post
permission
the food.
to post, and people started following it. So yeah.
So you call yourself founder, business director, and chief hustler, and I really like that, chief hustler. I might steal it because being an entrepreneur is a lot about hustling. Isn't it?
It is, yeah. It takes I guess quite a certain personality to be able to do a bit of everything. I think, that's why I like to, refer to myself as that, because I think I have to just adapt to any situation and kind of, if you don't know how to do it, teach yourself how to do it, because you have to make it happen. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, Melissa, you've come along and added to the equation. When did you meet each other? Were you friends, or how did you end up being in business together?
We were actually friends from school. Actually, we probably weren't friends at school. Jess was in the year below me, and we always knew who each other were. And I think back then we always had a bit of an interest in social media. It was about 5 or 6 years ago.
As most teenagers do. Yeah, they don't have it for business. Was your interest in business for social media?
No, I followed Mel on Tumblr.
Back in the day, we definitely knew who each other were. And so I guess we stayed connected through social media after school. And then I finished studying communication just over 18 months ago. And we ran into each other. And I knew she was doing Crave, but I didn't really know it was a business yet, or it was sort of in that transition stage where it went from being her passion project to people really wanting to be, I guess, having the services of Crave. So, and during my degree, I always took photos, and I always just tried to, I guess, make myself multi-skilled. That was the whole reason I picked up a camera. I loved it, but I thought, okay, I was majoring in journalism, and I thought, if I'm going to be a journalist one day, I probably need to have a few other skills up my sleeve to make me more employable.
Very sensible.
And photography was the sort of path I chose. And as it turned out, when I finished uni, I thought, I don't really want to go into this area of journalism that is probably contracting as an industry rather than growing. So I identified social media as sort of the path I wanted to take, and I told Jess that. We ran into each other out to dinner one night, and she just said, well, come and work for me and let's see if we can make this work. And
the rest, as they say,
the rest is history. Yep.
So that was great foresight for you to realise you needed multi-skills and then for you to decide to jump on board. Because you're both quite young still, that's why you're on the show. Because how old are you, Melissa?
I'm 24.
Yeah, and what about you, Jess?
And I'm 23.
Okay, fantastic. And so, Melissa, you're listed on the website as photographer, foodie and social media butterfly. Is that what you were looking for, when Jess, when you had that conversation at dinner and said, come work for me?
I'd always, like Mel said, we always were connected through social media, and I have always admired the amazing skills that she has with photography, but from afar. So I guess I was starting to get some work from clients that I felt really out of my depth, because I started it off, I pretty much picked up a camera and like faked it till I made it.
Yeah, and then hustled.
Yeah, exactly. So we had to, we were getting some really big photography gigs that I just felt like I was super out of my depth. So I said to Mel pretty much, I know you're amazing at photography. Is there any chance you want to come along and just like see how we go? So she, started coming along to photo shoots. And I remember the very first one, I couldn't even beat the first photo shoot with a client. And Mel was saying to me that she was really nervous about it, but the photos turned out amazing. And from that photo shoot onwards, I just knew that it was kind of like it was meant to be.
Yeah, sure. So what is the actual relationship? Are you guys business partners now, or is it an employee-employer relationship?
Yeah, but Mel's been with me since like the very, very start, pretty much. Like I feel like anyone that works for a startup company has to be as immersed in every element as almost the owner. So yeah, it does really feel like Mel's been there from the very start, and she's a part of Crave, like as much as I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So let's talk more about Crave. So you're supporting local cafes and restaurants. You're showcasing them by showcasing their food. Is that it in summary, or how do you describe it to people?
We usually describe it as there's two faces behind Crave. There's the Instagram page, which is what the majority of people would know us from, Crave Newcastle.
Because that has a lot of followers.
Yeah, we've got 43,000 followers on that. So the majority of people see that for what it is and would have no idea the back end of the actual Crave New Media, the social media agency. So that's how we usually explain it. There's the Instagram page where it's great because cafes and restaurants approach us and say we'd love to be featured, or vice versa. If a new place pops up, we'll get onto them, and it's kind of in that initial conversation where they realise, all right, these girls do this full time. This is their job. This is how we make money. We say, you know, these are the other services, but from face value, the Instagram page just looks like a food guide. So I guess it's a good strategy for us to be able to then meet the owners or meet people and say, this is what we actually do.
Yeah.
And usually they're very surprised.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Are they surprised because it's such a specific niche that you focus on social media for hospitality?
What would you say? I think
we've just tried to stay as the food guide that everyone sees.
Yeah.
We've stayed objective. We do try really hard to make it not look like an advertising platform because, I mean, like Jess says, we do promote restaurants and cafes when they open, or if they ever get in touch with us and they want sort of access to our great audience.
Shout outs, yeah.
Exactly. So we sort of work in that aspect, but then we are organic and we do try to just look like an objective page. So I think a lot of the time they think, oh, okay, so behind that you have all these services. And I think the reason those developed and the reason why that aspect of our business has been so successful is that we were kind of not pushing that sort of thing on the market in Newcastle. It was just responding to the demand.
Sure.
Just never started the Instagram page thinking, okay, I'm going to be charging XYZ for these photos or this service in the future. It was just like, this is something we're passionate about, and it really still is the case. Like, it doesn't feel like going to work in the morning a lot of the time because we're just doing something that's so connected to what we love.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Fantastic. It'll take you a long way, that passion.
Yeah.
So would you say restaurants are usually not that great at promoting themselves? I think a lot of them sort of rely on people passing by and trying it, telling friends, and is that it for their marketing?
I guess the alternative, the old way of trying to promote your business was just like relying on foot traffic or a website. And I think both of those things, to just rely on those anymore, every business owner knows that it's not their main form of advertising anymore or the way to grow their business, but some either embrace it or some are scared of it. Social media. So there's businesses in Newcastle that have this amazing online presence that have just grown so organically because they've just embraced it, but there's other business owners that it scares them to think that that's not what they can rely on anymore, a website, and foot traffic's not good enough anymore. And if they don't know how to do it, they don't know how to follow the steps to learn. Like Mel said, what we do is quite niche in Newcastle. There's not many social media agencies.
Is it an easy sell, or are they a bit reluctant to engage?
It depends on the individual. It definitely does. Like we've got some clients who are, we would describe as progressive, and I suppose they've really embraced everything we've ever wanted to experiment with. Like, we always work alongside them. So if we ever come up with a strategy or we come up with a certain plan, it's always a conversation. It's not like, okay, this is what we're doing. And there's some clients that are really, really like, yeah, let's do this. Let's see how it works out. If it doesn't work out, then we've learnt something. And then there's others that, I mean, especially in our earlier days when Crave was still established but a bit smaller, we would meet restaurant owners and they'd be like, well, you're just here for a free feed. And we'd be like, no, this is something that's worth embracing.
Do you think that was because of your age? Because some of the guests we have on the show do have to put up with getting taken seriously as a young entrepreneur. Is that an issue for you?
I think it definitely depends, again, on the age of the individual that we're meeting with.
And the personality.
The personality, So oftentimes I know straight away that our age is the reason why they're not taking us seriously. And it's frustrating because the reason why we're good at what we do is because of our age. We were born into social media. We are digital natives. We know what we know because of our age. And I feel like they just don't get that. They think that young, inexperienced, why would I take anything they say seriously?
And what about value? Do they are they happy to pay for the services, or do they think because you're younger that they should try and devalue it in some way? Is that ever an issue?
I think social media services are so results driven. So as soon as that we can show them that what we're offering is going to give them return on investment or give them something that they can, I guess, materialize as a good result, that's when we really...
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.